Let's start with your reading, Pisces. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future, and then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Okay. Well, you definitely have beautiful cards over here. The Star, the Magician, the Nine of Cups. But right here instead, we definitely see some issues, certain things that we definitely need to talk about. First of all, the main energy for your reading today is the Chariot. And it just feels like it's time, Pisces. It's time for something to happen, for something to finally come in and make the situation progress to the next step. Even when you feel tired about the situation, with this Chariot card, I still see you determined and not willing to give up the fight, even though sometimes it gets you very exhausted. All you're wishing for right now is for some sort of good news, a sign that will help you see that at least you are on the right path. What you might not know is that the stars really seem to be aligned for something to happen right now and to happen with ease as well. It's as if something is going to happen now because this is the best time for it to happen and to last as well. So let's see what this is about, Pisces. In the recent past, Five of Swords and the Star, this is something that you really thought it was impossible, something that didn't work out in the past, regardless of how many attempts were made back then. But the Star talks about miracles about to happen, and miracles are nothing but an outcome that you really think that it's never going to take shape around you, never going to happen. Well, you are clearly wrong about it, because in the near future we see the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment. And I'm pretty sure you'll be happy to be wrong about this. Now, we'll come back to this to see what the issue was back then, what brought this Five of Swords and didn't allow for this to happen, okay? In the present, current energies, we have the Six of Cups and the Magician. Although you often feel out of control when it comes to the situation, with the Magician, we see that there is something in particular that you have to do in order for this door to open up. We will look into this, but for now, it looks like this is a choice that you have to make, a choice that you were trying already to make in the past, something that you have to decide from a place of logic instead of deciding it from an emotional place. So definitely an important message, a pivotal message, and this is going to be key in order for you to go from a wishing state to a manifestation state, okay? We'll see what this is about when we clarify. In the near future, we have the Six of Swords and the Nine of Cups. I mean, this is big, Pisces. This is really, really big. The Nine of Cups, as you know, talks about dreams coming true, achievement, satisfaction as well. Hearing those words that you have been wanting to hear, doing what you have been wanting to do, feeling what you have been wanting to feel now for a long time. But again, there is something right here that you need to do first. We see how this is not something that comes toward you. This is something you have to move towards, something you have to navigate towards. How to do that? We'll find out when we clarify. So let's start clarifying, and let's begin with your recent past. Okay, wow. Right here we have the Ace of Cups, Four of Swords, and also Infinite Paths and the Unknown. You know, this is something that has always had the capability of making you feel very emotional, very, very emotional. And that's also why you might have not seen this coming. Every time we are deeply and emotionally involved in a situation, whatever that might be, our judgment can easily be clouded by the way we feel, by our fears and our doubts surrounding the situation. In a way, there is something you have been waiting for here, but it's also something that has been around you all along, or something that was already accessible. The truth is that up to this point, you really have been through a lot. I see it right here, especially considering the Four of Swords, a card that talks about someone who feels wounded, who feels exhausted, and who needs to recover overall. In a way, throughout these disappointments and issues, you have learned to expect very little from the people around you, right? Very little from the situations that you found yourself in, so that you didn't have to always end up here disappointed, or so that you didn't have to be delayed by someone else's actions or lack of actions potentially. I can tell that you are in for a surprise, Pisces, because at this moment right now, you are considering everything but this exact thing to happen. Infinite paths. You are focused on completely different things because you're not expecting for this to happen at all, at all. But it's coming towards you. That door is actually opening up in a way that for you is actually going to be very, very unexpected. So let's see what is going on in the present, because this was the pivotal message, you remember? Let's see what that's going to be about. Oops. All right. Right here we have first of all the Dreamer, followed by the way by the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords. Very, very important message. We'll come back to this immediately. We also have the Peacemaker, the Peacock, and the Wanderer over here. The main thing that you seem to be invited to do over here is letting go of old beliefs so that you can finally align with your dreams, with your true goals, and not the ones that you've settled for, but instead the ones that you had back then when you allowed yourself to dream big. You know, I definitely see that dreaming in the past brought a lot of struggle to you, brought a lot of disappointments, and we talked about that. But you need to understand that this is the time for you to go back to that old version of yourself, so that you can finally go back to that path that you've been always destined to. It's time to go back to dream big. You know, what I overall get from this reading so far is that it's time for you to really fulfill your purpose. You're right. This is something that for most people does not happen. Something that you see in movies, you hear in songs, you feel in dreams. But it's true for most people, not for you. So stop thinking that this will not happen, because it's actually just around the corner right now, more accessible and closer than it's ever been. Keep in mind, nine of swords over here. Your perception is determining the outcome ahead. We see it with the Nine of Swords and we see it with the Magician. Two cards that are talking about perception. And especially with the Magician, you're reminded that you manifest through your perception. So do not underestimate what you expect and do not underestimate what you feel. The Peacock or the Empress, you need to see yourself worthy of this, and this will come to you. Make peace with the past, with this Three of Swords, because we see that there is a lot coming your way as long as you start looking into it. If you if you wake up in the morning and you already tell yourself this is never going to happen, you're not going to do those things or say those things that will open up these doors for you. So do not underestimate how you feel and what you believe in, regardless of how poorly things have turned out over and over again up to this point. The past is the past. The future is a different story. So let's see what's coming up in the near future then. Oh my God, Six of Swords again. All right, listen. Six of Swords, protector, and the fighter over here. The first thing that I see actually with this protector right next to the Six of Swords is a warning. First of all, overall right here, I see that you need to be a little patient, Pisces, because this is going to happen, but not all at once. There is a build up to this, and then eventually when things will start, they will start moving very, very fast. But the main warning that I see right here is again about your perception around the situation, but especially around the incoming events, because these are coming towards you, are actually happening fast. This will just be the beginning. It won't be the Nine of Cups yet, but it's going to be that first step that it's going to potentially make you understand that things are about to happen for you. It could be a message. It could be you meeting someone or receiving something that you have been wanting to receive. But there is something right here that talks about you feeling very suspicious. And I feel that you're falling back on your old beliefs, thinking that this might be too good to be true, thinking that maybe it's never going to happen for you, and eventually giving up on this before giving this a real chance, you know? But this could also be that there is something right here that doesn't seem right, doesn't feel right. You may be thinking that someone is still holding back, keeping some secrets. We need to look into this in order to understand if there is something that you should prepare for. But so far, I see that this is a really beautiful incoming energy for you, Pisces. There is something coming in which could change your life completely. But obviously, there is a lot more that we need to look into. First of all, are these doubts here for a valid reason? Is this just a false start? Or do you feel this way just out of fear? Often we want for things to change. We really want that transformation. And then when they finally start to change, we reject it for fear of the unknown. And we've seen it back here. How is this going to evolve? How is this going to change me, you know? Well, let's keep looking into this message to find out more about this Nine of Cups, about these incoming energies, and let's see how they're going to evolve in the next few months, Pisces. If you want to dive deeper into the messages with me, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Pisces. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events. What else can you ask for, especially in this context, especially in this message, other than the sun? This is the happiest card in the deck. And obviously, we will look into the details. We will look into what this entails for you. But at the end of the day, this is bringing happiness to you, Pisces. It's bringing that moment in which you will have no fears, no worries. You will just be happy and content to be in the present, not always just dreaming about the past or wishing for something to happen in the future. Now, right here, we see you looking around yourself and thinking to yourself, I have everything I need. I have everything I want. This has finally happened, and there is nowhere else that I'd rather be. And honestly, that sensation is priceless, is what we all aim for. And it's what it's accessible to you right now, Pisces. Let's not forget that the cards are not showing to you what you are going to receive, but they're showing to you where you can go, what you can achieve if you follow the right path. And this is all about making you aware of the fact that right now you have more control over the situation than you think. Even if you don't think you do, you still do. It doesn't matter what you think at this point. So let's see, first of all, what is coming your way. I want to look more into your reaction to this to see why you feel suspicious. And then we will see how the situation is bound to evolve in the next few months. Let's start by clarifying the Sun card. Six of Cups again. Oof, Strength. And Two of Cups. You have a major surprise over here. Okay, and I see why. I see why you're not expecting this at all, because this person, this overall opportunity energy never revealed itself for what it really was. And right now, these three cards up here are going to shock you. What we see is